Hello everyone, welcome back to Career Sync. In this video, we are going to tell you the most important updates which are going on currently, and we will be discussing 9 interview questions from the 9 candidates which is held in the morning shift on 22 April 2025. So let's get started. So the very most important thing that you need to know is that 95% of the interview questions are coming from the resources that we have shared in the Telegram group from the last 1 month. So if you are preparing for it, you can join our Telegram channel. It will help you to clear the interview very easily. And also, interviewer asking deep questions about candidates' projects. So what you have done in your projects in the internship or whatever in your final year project, they will be asking more in it. And for cluster one student, there is one more update that questions from core Java and advanced Java are mostly asked. So they are totally focused on the technical questions and advanced questions from the Java clusters. So you need to prepare more right now. And also the interview difficulty level is increasing day by day. For some students, the interview is very short, but for some, it's going more than 1 hour. So you need to prepare well for everything. Now, more focus is needed on technical concept because they are asking from it. So for better performance, book one-on-one mock interview session by TopMate. I will be giving link in description. So it will be help you to boost your confidence, and I will guide you what you need to know, what are your shortcomings in the interview that you need to focus on before giving the real interview. Also, in the upcoming videos, we will be covering project-based questions for multiple domains like AI, ML, and web development. What questions are being asked in the project? So we will be sharing that. So it will help you to clear the interview from next part. Now let's discuss the interview question. So here is the interview question of a candidate. It interview goes from 8:30 to 40 minutes, and the time slot was 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. So his cluster was two. You can see the questions like introduce yourself, explain polymorphism and abstraction, memory management in Python. What is anonymous function? Difference, data types, difference between list, tuple, set, and dictionary, difference between list and dictionary, and how to add element in a list. These are the core hoops concept questions. Now coming to the coding questions that they asked him to write the code like reverse string without using any inbuilt function, create dictionary and assign key value pairs and display the second key value pair. So merge and two dictionaries. This is the coding question that he has to write. And coming to the SQL and DBMS part, fetch 15 employees data from employee table. What is constraint, types of constraint, difference between primary and unique constraint, difference between truncate, delete, and drop, any preferred location, are you comfortable with any shift, and are you open to work with any technologies? Do you have any question for me? So I will suggest you to, as you can see from question 16 to 19, they are asked in every interview. So you should prepare a well answer for this. So it can help you to clear the HR and managerial questions during the interview. Now for the second candidates, questions are similar, like introduction is the common. Now about your academic project and internship project. So this is very important. I have told you in the starting of the video that you need to focus on your project. Very important. They are totally focusing on your project right now and your technical skills. Now what is Java? Why Java is so popular? What are four pillars of OOPS? Interface versus abstraction, encapsulation, all access modifiers, default versus public versus protected, means they are the difference between all access modifiers, difference between string buffer and string builder, can protected member accessible by class and other packages, packages versus interface, write Java code and find duplicates, rate yourself in SQL, difference between primary key and foreign key. Now you can see there, they are the advanced questions that they are going to deep into the Java core concepts. So that you need to prepare. Now, when to use primary key and unique key in real world. So you have to prepare these answers as well. All normalization forms with examples. How do you know about HTML and CSS? Are you ready for relocation and are you able to work on any shift? And any questions? As you can see, the last 18 and 90 questions are similar like before one. So you need to focus on this. Now, for the third candidate, it was a very short interview. You can see that, are you ready to relocate in Chennai or Coimbatore? Ready to join immediately? And after the question was reverse a string. They have given an input like 0000 1233 4701. So you have to remove 0 before 1. So output by like will be 1233 4701, and that's it. The only interview is done. It is very short. So if the interview is busy or whatever you think, just tell me, let me know what how was your interview goes on. And for the next candidate, questions are similar, but here is the difference. Like if we write a Java program, will it run on Microsoft Windows and Linux both? So obviously the answer is yes. Then he asked, how is it happening? So he has to tell the answer that Java has a JVM where we it focus on Vora write once, run anywhere. That's why it is uh, able to run on Microsoft Windows and Linux both. After that, he has to write the code on Fibonacci series using recursion, reverse a string in Java. And what is the recursion? He has to tell them the theory, OOPS concept, brief explanation, and difference between encapsulation abstraction with example. Difference between static and final, reverse an array. He has to write another code, and after that they went to the SQL. So in SQL, get a result where two names are present, one from T and one from S in descending order. I have shared this question in our SQL sheet. There they need to answer. What is database? What is data in the database? So difference between RDBMS and DBMS. What are the data types of DBMS? Triggers in SQL, alter, delete, difference between query, and what is jQuery. After that, what is JVM? What is HTML? Create HTML syntax from HTML to HTML on paper. So he has to write this on the paper. After that, he has to show them in the video screen. So it was totally off campus. So he has to give in the virtual interview. Components in HTML. Types of components in HTML. What is CSS? What is display block and display? None in CS. What is JavaScript? Difference between arrow function and normal function. Something like string context or similar. Add an event listener in a button. So these are the core HTML, CSS, and JavaScript questions. Also, he went to the framework questions like what is React? We had to HTML and JS. So why React needed, and what's the main reason React was created? He asked 200% from my resume. And have you mentioned backend in your resume? So he said no. Still, what is MongoDB? And resume the project interview questions. Now for the candidate 5, questions are similar like rate yourself in Java, reverse string. It's a red mark for this question. You need to solve this question using 2 to 3 approaches. Using inbuilt function, using without inbuilt function, you can use using recursion and whatever you want. But you need to solve this question using two-way because they can ask you to write code in a single question by two different ways. Now, difference between array and array list, sealed class. This question is asked from the last 2 days, so you should prepare for this. Static class and interface. What is static constructor and its types? Method overriding. Which annotation we used for overriding? Difference between read only and constant, boxing and unboxing. Primary key, unique key, union all, and union difference. And here are more questions that you need to know. So you can find these questions in the document file, which is shared in the Telegram channel. We will be moving forward towards the next questions because the time is less we have. The questions are similar like here. Some questions are new that you can see that program implement stack in Java. This is the new question that they have given. And what is reflection in Java? Asked right to join query giving some information about 3 tables, so it can be random. So difference between relative and absolute position. These are the also new questions that you need to focus. So You can check our Telegram channel and see what are the new questions they are asking, so you can prepare well for them. Now, for the seventh candidate, it was a very short interview. You can see that some HR questions at the starting of the interview, like introduce yourself, are you able to relocate to Coimbatore or Chennai? Same questions. And now coming to the main part, difference between bubble and selection shot. Implement a bubble shot program on reverse string. That you can see this question is asked for everyone. What are string object methods? Explain string builder, and string buffer. So you know SQL, difference between drop and truncate, and last structure of HTML. That's it. It was the interview. Now for the eight candidate, you can see that he asked with oops, exception handling, what are code factorial number of 5, sort the array, hash map, hibernate, it is mentioned on resume. Ask to query also, joins or normalization, optimization of queries, what it is. Now coming to the last part, my experience like code, implement inheritance, follow up, write a method as child class and create an object and call the method. For the SQL outer join query, theory, oops, and project based question. He has given in short. So you need to prepare all the questions. And if you need any help, join our Telegram channel. Text us, we will help you anyhow. So thanks for watching this video. If you need any assistance, just text me in the group. And for you, if you need to prepare for interview, just book a mock interview call, that it will be helpful for you. Thank you everyone for watching this video.